What's going on, everybody? Dom Johnson Gaming here, back with another video. This is a second deck list video. My first one was on BT5 Green Argomon, which that deck is now retired due to some issues with the playstyle, and I don't know how I was feeling about green by that point, but this deck, where do I begin with this deck? For starters, there is like 3 Procies in this deck. You'll see what they are in a minute because I can't really afford the card. as sad as it is, I can't afford 3 copies of the Procy in this card. I can't afford 3 copies of the card in this deck. So this deck is it started off as a what I call the Kmart version. It's 3 Musketeers, and if you know the game and you know 3 Musketeers, you know which card I cannot afford right now. So we'll go ahead and get started with the deck list. Starting off with the Digi-Eggs. I run 4 copies of Pagumon. Now, Pagumon, when its inherited skill is when it gets deleted, you can reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a black Digimon, you get to put it into your hand. If it isn't, then it goes to the bottom of the deck. So 4 of him, and just to mash it out, I have a single copy of Caparimon, where if the Digimon has blocker, it gains 1000 DP. So I mean, nothing too spectacular about the Edge, because I mean, let's face it, the Edge are kind of getting a bit, whatever lately. So going ahead and move on to the level 3s, the rookies. So I'm playing 3 blocker Agumon. It's just a 0 to Digivolve. You can play for 3. It has 1000 DP, but it is a blocker. Most decks do require blockers in their decks nowadays. Not required, but it helps a little bit. And then 3 Junkmon. Junkmon, 3 to play, 0 to Digivolve, 2000 DP, and inherited skill. On deletion, you gain 1 memory. So I mean, it is what it is. So yeah. So last of the rookies, a playset of Chikurimon, 3 to play, 0 to Digivolve, 1000 DP. If you happen to get this card from security, you can de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon once. And yeah, you de-Digivolve your opponent's Digimon once. Unless you just happen to get all 4 Chikurimon in your security. I doubt it's doubtful, but take it as you will. I do have to note something. When I originally built this deck, I built it out of whatever I had. So I had most of what you're seeing in this deck, and then I had to either get or trade for the rest of it. But like I said, there's 3 Procies in the deck, and you'll see them when you see them. Let's see. Okay, so that's it for the rookies, and now we're going to go ahead and go on to the champions, the level 4s. I played 2 Metronorimon. It's 3 to Digivolve, which is odd for a level 4, but it is essentially a blocker with 6000 DP, and it's a cheap block. It's a cheap champion, so you can pay for it and then play it on the field. This blocker cannot attack. Most blockers will say that if you attack with it, you have to pay 2 memory. This one cannot attack at all, but it does have a good to the. It does have a pro to the con. Whenever this Digimon blocks, if it defeats the attacking Digimon, it restands. So it is essentially an infinite loop of blocking, unless your opponent has a level 5 or higher. Yeah. So 2 Metanorimon. Yeah. And then I'm running a playset of Deputymon. Now, this is one of the crucial cards for this deck, because it costs 5 to play, 2 to Digivolve. It has 4,000 DP, but when you play it onto the field, and trust me when I say it will be worth the 5 memory to play this. So when you play it on the field, you can search the top 4 cards of your deck. If you get any options that is a 7 cost and a 3 Musketeer, you can add them both to your hand. Now, unfortunately, the rest of the cards go into your trash, but if you get one option and one 7 cost option and one 3 Musketeer card, and let's say you get 2 rookies, you're not really losing much because the rookies go into the trash. And this Digimon can Digivolve into a 3 Musketeer without meeting any of the requirements. So if you pay, all you have to do is pay 6 memory. That may seem like a lot, but with cards like Omnimon out there, it's trying to worth it. You can essentially go from level 4 to level 6 by paying 6 memory, and you can easily get to whatever you're doing with the 3 Musketeer deck like that faster. So, like I said, Deputymon, one of the crucial cards in this deck, and it's really, really fun. It's fun to play. I love it. Now, if it happens to go into your trash, then I mean you're done for. But well, not really done for, but you just got to think of other ways to get your strategies. Now, this is subject to change. I run 4 level 5s, 2 Digimon and 2 Megadramon. Now, they're both essentially the same card. They have the same play cost, same Digivolution cost, same DP. The red one can be treated as black, the black one can be treated as red. For Megadramon, during your turn, the inherited skill, this Digimon gets plus 2,000 DP. And for Digimon, it's during your opponent's turn that the Digimon gets 2,000 DP. Now, like I said, this card is subject to change. This is subject to change. I'm not sure at the moment, but as for right now, I am keeping it like this, because with Deputymon, paying the 6 to go into a Mega, the level 5s are basically just there for like backup, just in case that doesn't work out. So there's that. Alright, now to go into one of the whip bang caboodles of this deck. The level 6s, the Megas. All the measures are Three Musketeers. Essentially, these are the reasons why Deputy Mon is there. These are also the reasons why there are 7 cost option cards in the deck. So, firstly, we have to talk about the 3 cards that I am processing in this deck. I cannot afford these cards. These cards at the moment of recording are $30 a piece for the normal rare. The alternate art version of this card, I believe, is between $70 to $80. I made that mistake a long time ago with Omnimon, and I'm not going back to that. Firstly, because I can't afford it, and secondly, I am not going to waste my money for something that if I can't use it, no one's going to pay. Well, I can't say nobody. Some people will not pay the price for this card. And it may seem like I'm going overboard on this and wasting time. I just had to get my opinion out there. You can accept my opinion, or you could be one of those people that'll be like, well, if you can't afford to buy this card, then why even play the game? I play the game because I like playing card games. I've been playing card games for at least almost 10 years now. And I am the type of person that will see the comment and that will see the comment. This is for you people out there that like to troll comment. I have seen it plenty of times. For those of you trolls out there, I will say this. I do not care what you have to say about my decks. I don't care what you have to say about my videos. I don't care what you have to say about my playstyle. I do not accept trolling or bullying. If that is the reason why you are here, then don't bother watching any of my videos. And I will know. I will know who the trolls are. I will know who the bullies are. Get a life. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Blstar. These are proxies. I know they are proxies. This version of the card is the $70 to $80 version of the card. I am not going to pay almost $200 for a playset of this. I'd rather have proxies of it and then swap the proxies out for local tournaments. So with that being said, Blstar. So it's Blstar is Blstarmon is waifu material. I had to say it. A lot of other people will say it. She's got looks. And that's all I'm going to say about it. She is 3 to Digivolve, 12 to play, with 11,000 BP. However, this is the crazy part about her, and I'm pretty sure this is one of the reasons It's not the only reason. It is one of the reasons why she costs so much value-wise. So basically, she has a skill where if you're playing her from your hand, if you have any Three Musketeers in your trash, for each Three Musketeer card you have in your trash, along with the seven cost option cards, she costs one less memory to play. So if you have 7 cost options and Three Musketeer cards in your hand in your trash, you can play her for 4. Yeah. So when you play her, you can take an option, the 7 cost option from your trash into your hand and play a 7 cost option card onto the field. She basically recycles. Automatic recycle. And if you can get okay, so this deck has like 28 Three Musketeers cards. If you have 12 Three Musketeers cards and 12, if you have 12 Three Musketeers cards in your trash, you basically play her for free. And like I said, she recycles from your trash. I mean, she's a good card, but like I said, I am not paying $70 to $80 for one copy of her, no matter how good she is. So moving on from Blstar, running a playset of Digimon. Digimon 11 memory to play, 4 to Digivolve, 11,000 DP. He's a blocker, and when you Digivolve into him, you look at the top 5 of your cards. If any of them is a 7 cost option card, then you can play that for free from that stat that you just drew. The rest of the cards go into your trash, and it's a Three Musketeer. He's a blocker, yada yada. Anyway, moving on to the last of the megas, a playset of Magnetimon. Magnetimon is one of the reasons why you have Deputymon in the deck. So you can Digivolve for 6, or if you have a level 5 4, however. He is 12 memory to play for the Digivolve, 11,000 DP. He gains security tap +1, and if you Digivolve into him, you can play one 7 play cost option card from your hand without paying the memory for it. And if you don't, then you can blow up one of your opponent's Digimon with the DP of 4,000 or less. He is a crucial member of the deck, I believe. There have been many times where I've gotten him out more than once, and it's an all around good card. Now, going into the options. These are all the options. Most decks only need like 2 or 3 options. This deck works with all that's in here. So, 2 black memory boosts. I have 2 because I don't have any more, and they have been okay with 2. 3 to play. 3 to play. So what you do is you reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add 1 black Digimon card from them to your hand, place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order, and you play this card onto your battlefield. Now, it has decoy, meaning that after you play it, you have to wait a turn, but after you play it, you can pop this into the trash and gain 2 memory. And it's not all that exciting, but it's a nice card nonetheless. So we're getting to the option cards. The 7 cost options that are required with this deck. Get all of them in the shot. So, firstly, Fly Bullet. It's a 7 play on 7 cost to play. With all 3 of these, as long as you have a 3 Musketeers on the field, you can ignore the color costs, the color requirements to play these cards. So what that means is, if I have a Mana Kid, Blstar, or Digimon on the field, I can play these cards without needing tamers of the same color. So, Fly Bullet. It deletes one of your opponent's level 6 Digimon or lower. I mean, it's a target destroyer. I do have to note that all of these security effects allow them to be played onto the field. Allow them to be played. That's only in security though, so you have to be extremely lucky with that. We have a thing where we call this German cannon. So I'm going to try to pronounce the name. I may butcher it. G-Volt. No, it's German, so G-Volt Swarmer. G-Volt Swarmer. I probably butchered that, but essentially, like with the Fly Bullet, 7 cost to play. Ignore the color requirements if you have a 3 Musketeers on the battlefield, and with this one, it deletes all Digimon with a play cost of 7 or less. So, if you're going to play this card, make sure you do not have a Digimon with a play cost of 7 or less, because it deletes all Digimon like that. And the last of the 3 Musketeers, Happy Bullet Showering. Play toss and the first effect are the same. Delete all main effect. Delete all of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. If your opponent happens to be rookie rushing, this card says no. Get lost. So that is it with the 7 cost. That is it with the 7 cost 3 Musketeers cards. I run 3 of each. No more, no less. I don't have the room for them. And we'll just move on, because I'm not going to rant about not caring about bullies and trolls. Last of the options. You are not seeing things. This is a playset of Iron Fisted Onslaught. This card has gotten me out of so many jams. It is 8 to play. You can it also plays from security. The main effect: delete all of your opponent's Digimon with the highest play cost. Now, if your opponent is let's say your opponent is running Diaboromon, ES Diaboromon. Your opponent has a lot of Diaboromon on the field. It gets rid of the Diaboromon. It has after that, if it has a lot of tokens, you get rid of the tokens. Armageddon gets rid of all the Armageddon. Basically, This thing won't even take out Omnimon. Is it worth the play cost? No. Will it stop people from paying the 8? Probably not. I am a reckless player, so I paid the 8 anyway. So yeah. 4 Iron Fisted Onslaught. And last but not least, a set of Izzy Azumi and Joe Tito. 4 to play. If your opponent has 2 or more Digimon, then you gain 2 memory. You can kind of see why I have 4 of them in here. The opponent's turn. If they delete one of your Digimon, you can essentially tap the card and draw. So, obviously, you tap all 4 and you draw 4 cards. And if you have all 4 on the field, your opponent has 2 Digimon, then that's 2, 4, 6, 8. Whoa. 8. You receive 8 memory. I was running Tai in his deck, but I took it out because I wanted to try to get this as close to authentic Three Musketeers as possible. So yeah, this is Three Musketeers. Leave a comment down below if you would change anything, and please be serious, because like I said earlier, I do not take the bullying, I do not take the trolls. If you like the video, leave a like. Be on the lookout in the next few days or within the next week for more content onto this channel, and let me know if y'all want to see more deck profiles, because these are actually kind of fun to make. I mean, obviously it's just me ranting on for almost 30 minutes while explaining what the deck does, but with that being said, leave a like, comment, share the video with friends, subscribe to the channel if you want to. I'm not forcing you, but you can if you want. And with all that being said, I am out of here. See you all, my fellow nerds, and goodbye.